Hey, welcome to Dolly Talk. This is Dolly. Oh, how is everybody doing? Brad, Christine was here. Bye, Franz. Let's see. Yeah, I just pulled that up and looked at it. Bummer. Mavka's here. Maddie B, hey. Hello. No, the stream is not canceled. So, Jesus H. Christ. Hi, Mads. Well, I'm glad you had fun, Hella, I think. Okay, so we're going to do some Judge Simpson today. Kind of get caught up on what he did yesterday, because I haven't had a chance to really watch it. Okay. God, my desk, I had to move my desk today to clean, and it's all like different, and I don't like it. This is why I don't clean.
You may be seated. Court does call the case of Arbor Meadows versus Bradley McIntosh.
Afternoon, Your Honor. Brent, the plate.
And Wendy McIntosh.
And this is a landlord-tenant docket. Oh, that reminds me, the TikTok ho is on the 18th. I cannot wait.
Either of them here? They're not here, and I think this was, I had it set for a hearing because there was about a $300 some odd dollar difference in what was tendered and what prior to issuing of the bread. Have they paid that or no?
To my knowledge, no, go.
McIntosh? All right.
I have Windows, sir. Oh.
I'll indicate that the writ may issue after hearing. Somebody's sticking here. Did you?
I can see.
Yeah. Court does call the case of Augusta Woods Community versus Tina Brooks.
Brent,
Tina. Oh. Oh boy.
Mr. Brooks?
Yes, I'm here.
Gosh, I forgot I had to be alert during these and make sure my ceiling bird chirp is ready.
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You have a new name of Reed.
Reed is my maiden name. Brooks was my married name. I'm no longer.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't want to get into your business. I was just trying to make sure we got the right person.
Why does she sound like she's on the Titanic right now?
All right. Okay.
Hey,
I claimed about
Katie.
a 1454.86 last time. That was at the beginning. Where are we now?
She has whittled it down, Judge. Right now, I've just got 760.72 plus 179 of cost, so it's at 939.72.
939.72. All right. And Miss Reed, I guess that's right. How are you going to get the balance paid?
So next Friday is my payday, so I will be able to pay at least about $700, at least get the rent portion of it in late due. And then I will have to, for the court fees, if I can make arrangements to make those up maybe the week after, and I will be more than happy to do so.
Okay, so by next week, You think you can pay 700?
Look, I really wanted to play the video, but I try not to publicly take any. I try not to talk shit about any other streamer. That was me, actually, for this one. That was not a real smoke detector chirp this time. Last week, there was like 2 in a row that was legitimately not me. So that was pretty amazing. I'm sure Camelot is popular with the other racers. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're thrilled with him right now. Oh, what happened to Kuma? Oh, God damn it. Okay, we're going to play it real quick. Fuck it. Our boy Kumalot. My boy Camelot. Can't do it as well as me. So, there's a little incident today.
The incident involving 15 race cars right here.
Ooh.
All over the place. Cleanup continues after this.
Aw, oh boy. Another setback for Timcast. So that's the bright blue car there.
In every car.
Oh, side.
So that's, let's see if we go back, we can probably see where
The
it starts.
incident involving 15.
Oh yeah, that's here. That's Kumalot right there, I believe. And he just no fucks given. Just has a real problem with that wall for some reason. That wall did him dirty.
Race cars
Boom.
right here. All over the place. Cleanup continues.
If they can't finish, if I can't finish, I'll make sure they can't finish either.
After this. Trying to get a number on that.
It's the 11.
Cody
that the
Dennison in the
11?
11, but a
Cody
lot of
Dennison.
cars involved. Sean Core, the 8, left side of your screen.
Catherine Legg in the 23 was hard into that inside
There's
wall
Elio.
right there.
Elio spinning the bottom of your screen. Thad Moffitt.
Sean Core.
So surprised to see that this early when we just mentioned how much they looked like they were giving good space, good gaps, and the 11 just took off, got loose off the turn 4 there.
I was just about to mention Thad Moffitt. He's full-time this year. And then Catherine Legg, such an accomplished racer. Open wheel, sports cars, her
This
first
has taken
ARCA
out a
race.
lot of really strong cars in this race. This will change the dynamic.
Timcast news, politics, culture, car crash. Oh, that was amazing.
This is Attorney Mike Irvin
Wait,
coming to you.
I don't care about you. Yeah, he's like some. I think he Camelot is like got sponsored in a kind of like a Make-A-Wish kid gets to be like a professional football player for a day. He kind of races cars professionally. And as we can see, there has been done with spectacular results. Very successful. Oh, yeah. There was a minor fender bender, Justin. Okay, I need to show this again. Okay. So here, we can see Kumalot is right here circled. Oh, I should probably pull it up. No. Timcast, I believe, is Kumalot. Tim Pool sponsors Camelot. Well, Kumalot's BFFs with Ricada, and Tim Pool was good friends with Jack Murphy, so you know. Hey, Rachel. So yeah, the turquoise one, right there circled. And then you can
15
see,
race cars right here.
and then just
all
takes
over the
them all
place.
out.
Cleanup continues after this.
So, the day could have been going better for Camelot. So, I thought that was pretty funny. Another win for the toe. It is another win for the toe. Yeah, he took them all out.
Absolutely, yes, that and the late fee. Absolutely.
Okay. So here's what I'll do.
God damn, that was funny.
I'll adjourn the case out to February 21st, 2025 at 1 p.m. Pay the $700, and then at that point we'll try to figure out where we're going, because then it's really court costs that we're looking at. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And you take care of whatever your name is now. No, I'm just kidding. Take care.
Everyone is fine, so we can laugh. Damn it, I should have made a Dale Earnhardt joke. Oh well.
Augusta Woods versus Tanya Rusnak.
Right here for the plaintiff.
Or Tanya Rusnak, I guess it is. Hello.
Hi,
Your name?
Tanya Pop.
Tanya.
Pop. Rusnick.
You may change the name. Yeah, all these babies on Valentine's Day. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, all right. So what's plaintiff's claim now on this?
Well, right now I've got 4421.03 plus 179 for $4,603 total. And that includes the $1,000 that was paid on the 11th. I believe you had planned to do that before the next hearing.
Okay, so right, because what had happened is did that in February rent clicked in. Got it. Okay. How are you gonna?
So my husband gets paid again on the 21st. So that's next week. We're gonna pay another $1,000. And I have an appointment with Hawk March 5th with Autumn. Because by then we'll have the 3,000. It'll be down to the 3.
But it
the intake.
won't be. And the only reason I say that is your husband gets paid next week on the 21st, right?
Yeah, we'll make more than the additional after the 21st, obviously, because March is also kicking in.
Right, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And so how much is your monthly rent?
With everything, it's about $670.
$670?
And then we have a mortgage outside of that.
But the mortgage, is it included in this?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah, no.
So
I wish.
well, I'm trying to figure out how we get this figured in. On the 31st of January, you were going to pay $1,000. The claimed amount, Mr. Ingram, that was given to the court at that time was $38.19, including cost.
I have the papers.
Hang on. We were going to pay $1,000 by the 7th, which would have brought her down to $28.19. If she had paid it that day, it would have brought her down to $28.19. if her monthly rent is about, I'll just say 700, then that might bring her to 35, but I don't get to 46. It's just my math.
Are you speaking to me?
No,
Oh.
no, I'm asking Mr. Ingram that partially because of what you said, and I see why you're saying it, that if her rent is, if they pay 1,300 by the 21st, even then when March kicks in, is that's why you're saying you'd be at 3,000. With the figures that Mr. Ingram's giving me, that wouldn't work. Because if her March rent clicks in with the figure that I have now, she's gonna be at about 5,200. Pay 1,000, she's gonna be at 4,000 somehow.
So what's your question, Judge?
My question to you is, on the 31st of January, plaintiff gave me a claimed amount of
I believe that,
3819.
right, I think the numbers at the last hearings, I may have given an error, and I apologize.
Okay,
I have the correct figures now.
got it. And then she was gonna pay the 1,000 by the 7th, which then would have, okay. So let me ask you this, man. The 4693 or whatever it is, you agree with that figure?
Yeah, we have 4,672 cents.
That's owed.
That's due, yes.
Okay, so you agree that that's what's due?
Correct.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna pay 1,000 by the 21st.
Yes.
All right. So
Or not on the before it, but my husband gets paid the 21st. So thereafter, yes, it will be paid 1,000. And then we have to make up the gap difference by the 5th for Hawk to cover the 3. Because he doesn't get paid again until the 7th.
right, and I guess that's what I'm getting at. Is what I'm getting at is, if I just bring your March rent in, you're going to be at around 5,300. You pay 1,000 off of that, you're going to be around in the $4,300 range. And then that means is that by on the 6th, if you're approved, you still got to come up with $1,300.
Yes. Which I won't be able to do until the 7th. And that was something Hawk is aware of. Also, truthfully, I'm hoping my taxes come in by then. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay, let's do it this way then. Since there was a mess up on the numbers, because I probably would have said something earlier, the math, what you were going to do, the math made sense to me.
Okay.
But with this new number, I see what, so that's where we're at. I'm going to adjourn you out to the 28th.
Okay.
Okay. 2025 at 2 p.m. And that way, just check and see where we are, knowing we're going to click into March, and then you've got your Hawk appointment on the 6th, right?
5th
5th.
at 10. Yeah, with Autumn.
Okay. So then if we have to go out one more week, at that point, we'd expect a payment. We might know something from Hawk.
We should be able to come back to full circle. Yes, by then.
Let's hope, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ms. Powell. All right.
Yeah.
See you in a couple weeks.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Park at Sagebrush Circle versus Is it Emily Jackson McDonald? That one. And James McDonald. Donald? No response. Strike gigs default.
We would like to move for a default, Judge.
All right. I don't, yes. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Currently, I'm showing the rent to retain this matter is at $4,244.02. Cost is $230 for a total of $4,476.02 for it to issue in 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with the rent issued 10 days. Court calls the case West Ridge Mobile Home Park versus Ada Miller.
Right there.
Hello, Ada Miller here.
Hello. All right. What's plaintiff's claim?
Right now, we're at $1,005.80, cost of $183 for a total of $1,188.80.
1188. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. And Ms. Miller, how are you going to get that paid?
Well, I do have questions because at the last meeting it was $904.
Yeah, I noticed that too. What was your just base? Hang on a second, Ms. Miller. What was the numbers you just gave me? What was the amount of rent versus cost?
$1,005.80, Judge.
$1,005. Okay. All right. And then you had the cost set. So apparently the number that I have or had at the last hearing did not include cost.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So what happened did not include your court costs. So the $994.73, which is what I have in my file, but I wasn't the judge that day, would have been just your base rent. There's court costs also on that. But the difference between what the base rent they're claimed last week and now, there's had to be a late fee. It looks like a late fee got put in.
Okay. So we had a meeting in December where you were going to write a writ, $663 for January 13th. Paid that. And then the following week I paid the remaining balance of January, which was $403. And then the office sent me a note on me that I still owe $300 for court costs for something for January. And we had never went to court for January.
Okay. I'm not sure I know anything about that. Because I don't have the previous case.
No worries. So the total is now $1,183.
I think it's $88.
Correct.
88.
Okay. I planned on paying the $944 on the 21st. $994 on the 21st, but I won't be able to pay the remaining balance. I guess that would be the court fees until March 7th when I receive my next check. And that's the same week that I should be receiving my income tax.
Okay, let's do it this way. All right, Ms. Miller. How much is your monthly rent?
$580
Okay.
plus a water bill, but that's included. That's not included in the $580.
Okay, I got you. So that's your monthly rent. So let's do this. You're gonna pay the $995 on the 21st.
Yes, sir.
All right. The earlier you can pay that, the better off. Okay.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll adjourn this case to February 21st, 2025 at 1 p.m. So if you could, Do you get your check where you can pay it on the 20th or you got to pay it on the 21st?
I have to pay it on the 21st.
Okay. Can you do it before noon?
I should be able to.
Okay. Get that paid before noon. Let's come back on the 21st and let's just then figure out what we're going to do with that court cost balance and knowing that we may go into March before you get another check. Okay? Let's work
Okay.
it that way for you. Okay?
That works for me, sir. Can I have a Zoom meeting as well? Is that possible?
You'll have to submit the form, the request.
I'll do that. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Ms. Miller, it may be, and I just want to think about it. It may be on that date. I may say I'm just going to issue a judgment for that amount, lock that figure in without March. Okay. But I just want to see where we're at. Okay.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Take care. You have a great weekend.
You do the same.
How nice of them.
Westridge Mobile Home Park versus Jacob Veneer.
Laura Vernier here on behalf of Jacob Veneer.
580 is really good.
Okay. I need a camera. Is that Jacob? Is Jacob there?
He is currently asleep. He's got to work tonight.
Oh, Jacob
Okay.
needs his beauty sleep.
And you're his wife or?
I'm his wife.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
Well, it's
we had
complicated, Your
1630.66 last time. What's our balance at this time?
I am showing 1748.32, cost of 183 for 1931.32.
1931.42. Okay, these numbers aren't.
There was a late fee added on the 11th.
Gotcha. Okay. So the base rent you have right now is what? 17 something? Or 1693 or, well, how much is the late fee, I guess?
Your Honor, this is Cindy from Westridge, the property manager. It's the new water bill that's been added. They were added 2 days
Got
ago.
it.
There's that.
Okay.
That was 4280.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right. Ms. Veneer, how are you guys intending on getting this paid?
I do have an application in with DHS. Actually, Cindy just emailed me this morning the paperwork that they needed. She was out of the office yesterday, so she was unable to get it to me then. I did actually just go today and put 400 down on it. My husband gets paid next Thursday morning, and I plan on putting either 400 to 600 down on it, depending on how much his paycheck is. And then as soon as I hear from SCR, Hawk wants to know whether SCR is going to cover it or whether they're going to be able to step in. But I get my income taxes the first week of March, and I planned on, regardless of paying it off and paying forward.
Okay. So do you have a Hawk appointment already or have you had it?
I do not. They wanted me to get a determination from SCR, from DHS, to find out whether they were going to be able to cover it because it's not such a high amount, or whether Hawk was going to step in to help cover some of it.
All right. So here's what you do. You paid 400 today.
Yes, and I
You
plan
paid
on
400 to 600. Hang on.
Sorry.
I heard you. I'm just repeating.
Settle down.
You pay 400 to 600 on the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to drive this balance down. And I see what they're saying. How many people are in your household?
6. I just had a.
Okay, that's why. That's why Hawk is waiting. Because if you drive this down under about 1,000, SER with 6 people in the household can pay up to 1,000, so they might cover it.
Okay.
I got it. So I'll adjourn this out to the 21st, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay, that's an in-person hearing, and let's see exactly where you are at that time. By that time, the 400 would have gone in, you would have gotten the other payment in. We'll see exactly where we are, and hopefully SER will have answered.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I think that does that, right?
Yeah.
All right, court will stand in recess. Have a great weekend.
Oh. Is that it? Oh no. So we got more.
I want you out of here. On October 1st.
All right.
With it on.
Hey, Alan. So,
Okay. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stacy Denzer appearing with it on behalf of Wayne Dockett. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
I'm doing well, I think. I don't know.
I like your Valentine shirt.
No, thank you.
aw.
All right.
Suck
And your
up.
name?
Yeah.
All right. And this is a non-payment of rent case. How much is owing?
It's $4,500 in rent and $130 in filing fees for $4,630.
4630. All right. And Ms. Breeze, what do you have to say about it?
Oh,
I tried to pay Mr. Dockett rent.
thank you so much. Sarita Banana is a new member. Thank you so much for joining. I'll post the Discord link if you're interested in our joining the Discord with Hella and I. And get up to date with some different court cases, things like that going on. It's a lot of fun. So good to see you. Thank you.
In October, on October 1st, I got off work, so it's about 4:50. I knew I wouldn't be able to make it in time. The shop is open from 10:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. Weekends he's closed, holidays he's closed. This was a Tuesday. And I looked at my watch, it was 10 to 5. There was no way I could make it in time before the shop closed. I had called, let him know that I could be there in 15, 20 minutes or be there in the morning. He said, I'll see you tomorrow. I did. That call was on, because I was just got off work, I was very dirty. The call was on speaker. My employer heard.
Let me ask you this. Do you think you owe the money or you don't?
He wouldn't accept it.
Okay, so if he didn't accept it.
And then he filed a notice to quit the very next day.
Okay.
I tried to give him the money and he said, I don't want your money, I want you out of here.
So what you're telling me is you have the 4,600?
I do not. He would not accept it in October or November. He said,
Okay, so then,
I want you out of here.
Okay, so then what'd you do with the money?
I used it for expenses. I kind of shut down my PTSD. He got really bad after that. I shut down.
Okay.
I wasn't taking calls for work. I didn't know where to go. I just, I thought I had a place, at least until April, I had a year-long lease. So, eventually I kind of pulled myself out of it. I got a storage unit, figured I could save my truck for now, at least get stuff into my storage unit. November 1st, the same friend that tried to pay, when I came in the next day, he already had the notice to quit. I went to hand him the money. He said, I don't want your money. He didn't even touch it. He said, I don't want your money. I want you out of here. So then a friend on my behalf took my money. He went in and he tried to talk to Mr. Dockett and even offered him the legal fees that it cost to file the notice.
Okay, all right, so just so that we're clear. Let me assume, for the sake of argument, I'm not saying I'm making that finding, that all of that's true. Okay. At some point to stay there, you knew you would have to pay or you'd have to leave, right?
Right. So I didn't have enough time November 1st, so tried again to give him money. He said his attorney advised him not to accept any of my money.
Okay. Whichever way
I
that.
could not be out in another day. That was November 1st. He noticed they quit, said I had to leave by November 2nd. At that point, I did just get storage unit. I should at least put my things in because I have nowhere to go. And also on that day, he thought I had to leave by the 1st, when it was, the anxiety was too bad to confront him myself, to ask to see him. So I had somebody go, represent me. He had thought I had to be out by the.
Okay, so Ms. Grace,
When I came home from the storage unit, the washer and dryer was removed from the building.
Why does Vicky look like she's about to do an introduction for some Hitchcock movie?
And in the lease, it states that that is our responsibility to care for.
Oh, there we go. Put some light in there.
To pay for, maintain. My clothes were still in the washer and dryer when he removed those from the premises.
Okay.
Oh, he's like leaning forward to sleep. That's why.
What do you want to do right now?
I just want this to be over, and I do have a lot of, I go to trial and show all this stuff. I have his harassment over the span before all of this. I just want to be done. I have a place now.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
Because
Okay, hold on, ma'am.
Simmer down.
Ma'am, just listen to me. Okay, you have a place to go.
I do now, yes.
Okay, so my next question is how soon could you go to that new place that you have?
I could be out of the current, out of Mr. Dockett's by the end of this month.
Okay, so basically you're saying in 14 days you could be out. All right. And then you don't think of the $46.30 that they're claiming, you don't think you owe any of that?
You would not accept it?
Well,
No.
okay, no.
I tried.
No.
No.
Okay.
Not after the harassment and the trouble he's put me through.
Okay. So you don't think you owe any money?
If this were just a case of non-payment, yes, this is not the case. I won't go to trial if it comes to it.
What did you just say?
I said if I have to go to trial to prove whatever, I would go to trial. I don't want to go to trial. I just want this to be over with and move out.
Yeah, go to trial. What could possibly go wrong?
That will be part of it. But then there's the money judgment portion of it.
Hey, sunshine.
Which would have to be litigated. Okay. That means there would be a trial or some other type of resolution to it. Okay? So.
Hey, hippie chick. Awesome. Good to see you here.
So you could surrender possession on February 28th? Yes? All right. So here's what I would do. Unless different idea of this is I would enter a judgment granting possession to the plaintiff with the written date of the 28th. Then as to any of the monetary claims, I would set that for a non-jury trial, probably in March. I would require, ma'am, by the 28th that you file an answer, a written answer to their claim for money. Now, when I say you have to file it, you have to file a copy with the court and you have to serve a copy on counsel so that they can see what your your basis for claiming that you don't owe any of the money. Okay? The other part that would come in and why I'd set it after you move out is because they're obviously going to do inspection of the premises, so there may be claims for damages or other things to the premises that would come into the case also. You understand that? All right. Counsel, how's that sound to you?
That sounds wonderful, Your Honor.
All right. So what I will do is, finding no tribal issue as to the issue of possession, I will enter judgment for possession with a I'll put no redemption on that. And that a writ or an order of eviction could issue the 28th of February if you don't vacate, or actually March 1st, March 3rd, if you don't vacate. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
All right. I will then set a non-jury trial for money. My schedule's a little tight. What, you got the end of March, but no. All right. I'll set that for March 18th, 2025, 9 a.m. All right. And it will be likely that I'll be down, not in my courtroom, but I'll be down in courtroom A that day. And you need to file a written answer with the court. I'll make your written answer due by March 3rd.
That would make answer to this, thanks to cover.
Yes, ma'am. All right, but you've already agreed, and I'm going to enter a judgment for him to get possession of the property, but you're claiming there are reasons why you don't owe the money. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
Happy Valentine's Day and have a good weekend.
Thank you. Court does call the case of Applied Financial Strategies versus Denise Boggs. Hi, Judge. How you doing, sir?
Good, you?
Okay, good. You guys are about to let me. All right. Your name?
Denise Boggs.
All right. Where are we on this case?
At this point, he's filed an answer, and there's approximately over $12,000 owed at this point.
You can sit down, you can stand, whatever. It's better for it. Okay, so would we be ready to go to trial on this?
Whenever your court.
Okay, you're claiming you don't owe the money, is that correct?
There's no way I owe all of that money. No.
Okay, so you're still in the premises.
Yes.
All right. So
If she can provide evidence, Your Honor, of the payments since April, the lease calls for payments of $1,280 a month.
Ooh.
If she can provide evidence of payment, I'll take it back to the client.
I'm not saying the payment that was made. I'm saying the conditions and the fact of how I moved into my lease to begin with, the fact that my BTE was shut off for over 3 weeks with no solution. So I have a mice infestation in my apartment right now.
Hey, Angie.
okay, let
So
me
it's
ask you this.
Not that you don't owe the money, it's that the apartment is
Do you still want to reside there or no?
No, I just would like time to be able to get my stuff out. I had already filed my taxes so that I can find somewhere else to go.
Okay, all right, Ms. Boggs, I got you. Okay. How many people are in your house?
5.
including the mice.
You and who?
My 3 kids and the roommate.
Okay. So, Ms. Boggs, sometimes people are fighting because they really are set in there. You all right? All right. Sometimes people are fighting in these cases because they're set in their positions. right? Sometimes people are fighting because they got kids, they don't want to be out. They're kind of at a point where I got to try to get myself and my family settled someplace else. Which one of those would describe you better?
I have to get my family somewhere.
You really want to just be able to get someplace where you,
I don't want to lose my kids. I don't want to be involved with it. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about my other hardships, right?
Your Honor,
okay. Yes, sir.
can I make a suggestion? If we can get an order up for a date certain for her to move out of the property, my client is willing to basically cut the amount of rent that's owed in half and to take a judgment for half that amount. And in addition, obviously, she can't come up with it all at once, so we'd have to work out a payment program of some sort.
So, Ms. Boggs, do you understand what the attorney was saying? Okay. So let me put it to you in a different way. At least I see it in counsel. Correct me if I'm wrong in what he said. Well, there would need to be a date certain that you would be moving. Okay. They would be willing to cut what's owed in half. Okay. And work out some way that can get paid. All right. And the other part to that is that if there were a judgment of the court saying that you had to pay a certain amount, and let's say you guys couldn't agree upon a monthly payment plan, you have the option to come to the court and then I make the decision. Okay?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, is that a safer way to go for you?
Yeah.
Okay, is that, I don't want to, if you want to try the case, I don't have a problem doing that.
I'm sure that I owe somebody, but I'm not sure that I owe all of it.
And right now you don't have it, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you just need a place for your family. Okay, all right. So
What are
Ms.
the mice
Boggs,
gonna
let me
do?
ask you this. How much time do you think that you're gonna need to try to?
Whoa, sir.
Writing on your
filed my
text.
taxes. I'm just waiting in things.
No, if you just listen, he's not talking about the money.
Okay.
Right, I'm not talking about the money, but I
Oh.
think part of the, he's not.
I'm sorry.
Ms. Boggs, a place for your family.
Okay, I gotta investigate further here because this is fascinating. Yeah, what the hell?
Okay, all right. So Ms. Boggs, let me ask you this.
Sir.
How much time do you think that you're gonna need to try to? 'Cause you were writing on your
filed my
text.
taxes. I'm just waiting in things.
No, if you just listen, he's not talking about the money.
Okay.
Right, I'm not talking about the money.
He's worried
but I
about the
think
mice.
Part of the taxes for you is being able to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't you
So-
dare take his mice. Ah! Sir! Jesus.
How
Talk about
much is monthly
man-spreading.
rent? So you said 12.
$1,280, $1,280.
Okay.
Good Lord. I'm
Boggs, right
ending
now,
the
do
stream
you
if he
have
Jeffrey
any
Tubin's
income
it.
right now, or no?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So let me ask you this. If I told you you had to pay a month's rent, could you do that or no?
Today?
No. Okay.
Setting the camera on the floor, apparently. What could possibly go wrong?
Because here's what I'm inclined to do, but you'd have to pay for that time, certainly, that you'd be there.
Can he collect
Okay, I
rent from
get
the
you're
mice?
trying to wait on your taxes to be able to move to do that. I get all of that. I understand, but the $1,280, we got to figure out. If I gave you 30 days to move, how could you pay the $1,280?
Yeah, makeup lady.
Can I do like 200 or 250 a week? I have that.
Okay, let's do this.
Can I make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
We'll move on. If we get an order that we get rid of eviction on 30 days. And we agree that we take a judgment for half the amount of the rent that's owed. And she pays, and we add that, we can add whatever for this month onto that, but she pays $500 until then. I think that would probably, if she can afford that, she can do that. That'll work.
Raj, how's that sound? Did you understand that? He talks kind of funny sometimes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Right now, there's about $12,000. We have the one more
12,000?
month for, if you're there for 30 days, we add another month onto that amount.
Jeez.
We're going to then divide that in half. That'll be the only amount that you'll owe.
Okay.
And in the interim, you'll pay $500
Between now and the 30
between
days?
now and the 30th.
Okay, yes,
That work out for you?
yes,
Okay.
Fair for you?
yes.
Okay, you can do that. All right.
Okay. So why don't we do this? Why don't I pass this matter? If you two can go out and draft a judgment for me to sign, and that way I can go through it with you in detail and make sure you understand everything on it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do you have a form for that here?
Do we have a judgment form?
Look at that.
Lucas used to bring his own stuff. He doesn't do that anymore.
Thanks, Judge. I appreciate it.
All right. Ms. Boggs, you okay with that? You're okay? Yeah, well,
No, but
I
How
do
is that guy
anyway.
still getting dressed?
All right, so, and understand this, Ms. Boggs, I know Mr. Lucas, he's been before me before, and if I didn't think that he'd treat you right, he's got to represent his client, but I wouldn't send you out there to talk with him,
I
okay?
appreciate your time, thank you.
Not a problem. All right, and then you'll come back in. I'll pass this
Okay.
matter. Thank you. Court calls the case of Covington Apartments versus Letitia Hamilton.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Visconti, P61756 for the plaintiff.
Is that David? Oh, no, that's Robert.
Natasha Hamilton.
That guy looks
And
like David. I'm just saying.
Massey.
That Robert Visconti. That looks like David. Wow. I gotta take a screenshot of this. Hold on one sec. Okay.
She's on too.
That is MLS.
Natasha here.
Okay, I need a cameraman.
Working on it.
Okay.
We there?
Yes, I'm here. Well, I don't see you, but we'll.
I don't know why.
Mr. Visconti, how much is owing on this?
Your Honor, we have rent to retain of $1,380.20. Court costs of $216.40 for a total of $1,596.60.
Ms. Hamilton, how were you intending on getting that paid?
Hey!
I just needed a little time.
I'm sorry?
I just needed a little time. I'm definitely going through a little bit of a hardship. I applied for some assistance, but I'm still working on my payments.
Okay, so when were you going to get this amount paid?
As soon as possible. I have $500 and I'm having into the office before the end of the business day today, for sure.
Okay, so if you have 500 today, then you need about another 1,100. When are you going to get that paid?
As soon as possible. I'm
okay, I can't.
Currently,
Ms. Hamilton, I hear you, but I can't order as soon as possible.
I understand that.
So when will you have it?
By the end of the month. Can I say that? Is that fair?
I don't know.
That works for me, Judge. I would agree to enter the judgment with the
Aw.
228 writ date, please.
All
David
right.
is so reasonable.
So I will enter, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to find no tribal issue after a hearing on this matter. I'll issue a judgment for the amount claimed of the 1596.60 with a writ date of February 28th.
Thanks, Judge. We'll submit an order.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Ms. Hamilton.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
All right. Bye,
Court calls
David.
case of Red Shield Rentals versus Nakia Turner.
Can't you get a mouse discount? That's what I said. Yeah.
And Elise Turner.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Pantera on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello, what's your name?
Elise Turner.
All right. All right, where are we on this?
Your Honor, Ms. Turner has an appointment on the 18th with SOS, and they actually made another payment of $1,575, which gets their balance down to about $3,600. So if we could adjourn this to the 28th, and I told her she's probably still going to need to get it down to 3 so that SOS can pay the rest if they pay.
Right.
But I assume that that's something we can do.
She has an appointment this upcoming Tuesday. Fantastic. All right. So I will adjourn this then to February 28th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Okay?
Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Marshall Real Estate Group versus Gary Ziegler. Do you have something else, Mr. Pantera?
That must have just got slipped in between.
Right.
These are all his, yeah.
Okay.
Does Mr.
Right, Red Shield Rentals, hold on a second. Let me pass that other one. Let me try to finish Mr. Pantera here. Red Shield Rentals versus Kathy Clark.
There's a second defendant there also, Your Honor.
Yes. And Martin Storrow.
He's not with me.
Okay.
David Pantera on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your name?
Kathy Clark.
All right, where are we on this case?
Well, we appeared, this is the third time, and the first 2 times, both occasions, you've ordered them to, actually Ms. Clark, to file a written answer. And I checked as I came in this morning and she still has not done that. You also ordered them to put money in escrow, which they didn't do, but she did pay $390, but we did not get the check for MAP. You said in MAP would be considered as
paying escrow, right?
Right. So we didn't receive that. So their current balance is $775 plus card costs of $188 for a total of $963. And I can break that down because this is one of those ledgers that has never been at zero. So I went back to the end of April of last year and worked forward, added up all the rent, subtracted all the payments, and I can break it down. But considering that they still haven't filed an answer, even though you were very clear, I would ask for a judgment today.
Ma'am, what do you have to tell me?
I've been with Red Shield since when we moved in, we kept telling Red Shield to please get rid of these bugs.
Okay, but ma'am, hold on a second. You were supposed to file a written answer with the court regarding any complaints you had, and I don't have that. I also indicated that you were to put money into escrow with the court. You haven't done that.
And I couldn't bring it in. I didn't want to get nobody sick.
So ma'am,
I got $451 to give them, but I'm not giving them no more than that because it's not worth it.
all right.
And we could just pick a move-out date, Your Honor.
Then when do you want to move?
Although I don't.
You know, if I have to move, I want to come back and I want to sue Red Shield because I'm going to get evidence that they never did nothing since we lived there. We asked them over and over.
Ma'am, that's why I told you to file a written answer. And you haven't filed it. You haven't done anything that I've asked you to do. And so I don't have anything before me that doesn't say that the number they have is correct. I don't have anything for any claim that you're making. And so I'm at this hearing, I'm going to find no tribal issue after hearing in this matter. I'm going to grant them a judgment for possession.
I will pay them.
Hey, Lefty, how are you? YouTube won't let me just send a super chat with an eggplant, so I have to type some words in too. Thank you for this super chat, Lefty. Hope you're good.
For a total amount, including cost of $963. I will extend the writ date time. I'll give her till the end of the month to pay. It's February 28th.
I'm not gonna have that kind of money. I can give them like $100 extra. That's all I can do.
And what you can do is you can try to work that out with them. I've given you every opportunity to put before me so I could make a decision on the case, and I just have because I've seen them from your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's that high. I pay my rent every month. Oh, and they said that MAP never paid. I got proof that they did
Ma'am,
on me.
then you need to provide that to them, that the map is saying that they paid.
Yes.
Okay, then any payments that I'm sure they would reconcile with the judgment amount or the amount on their ledger.
And then the payee said he's been trying to call Red Shield and they just.
Sir, ma'am.
Just misgender her?
I've given you an opportunity to put all of this before the court, in writing. You didn't do it.
Then, okay, I'll pay what I have to, what I can, on the 1st of March. But could I come and take them to court when I get all the evidence that?
Ma'am, you can do whatever you want, but this case is done.
Okay.
I've issued the judgment on this case. You have the 28th to pay or to leave.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why do you keep upsetting everybody?
Your Honor, I think it was.
No, never mind.
I don't think it was me.
I think it was you. I think it absolutely.
I believe you think that. So
No, I think it was Alan.
okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
He just has one of
Can we
those
blame it on
faces.
Miss Anna, maybe?
No, she's got other people she's upset. Court. Sandy McFiddish, LLC versus Ebony Britt.
Your Honor, we're going to. Miss Bauer's advising, and I think that Miss Britt just had a baby, and we're trying to get her assistance. I've been working with Miss Bauer. We agreed to adjourn this 2 weeks, and we actually tried to adjourn this to the 28th last week, but Judge Barr didn't have any dates that far, didn't have any times that far out, so we adjourned it to today, and with the understanding we would do another 2 weeks.
Adjourn the matter to February 28th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Courthouse case, Sandy McFiddish LLC versus Santria Johnson.
I wasn't aware she was here. She wasn't here when I called, but so the balance.
Shantria Johnson.
Thank you.
So the balance is 2125, court costs of 175 for a total of 2,300. And I believe what she told Judge Barr last week was she was planning on paying by the end of next week. So tell me when you're going to pay, ma'am?
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks?
Well, like a week and a half.
Give me a date.
We can do it 28th, like everybody else.
Okay.
Well, not everybody else, but when can you get this paid?
I can get it paid about February 24th. I'm just waiting on my income tax check to get in.
Everybody else is.
That'll be nice. Just so I won't give a date and then I get put out for.
I'll issue a judgment for possession. I'll give you to the 28th at the end of the month again. Okay, sound good?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a great day. Walter, is it Sangster versus Terry Jackson?
David Fanter on behalf of the plaintiff.
Terry Jackson? Oh, there you are. Okay. And also, I guess, Janelle Smith.
So, Your Honor, when we appeared last week, they owed 2 months' rent plus court costs. They now owe. They paid one of those months, so they have a balance of $1,180 plus $188 in court costs for a total of $1,368.
$1,368. Okay. Sir, when can you get that paid?
I just began a new job that would pay out on the 21st. I'll be able to pay 1 month's rent, and then the March 7th I'll be able to pay next.
How much is your monthly rent?
$1,150.
So it's $1,150 with a $30 late fee, Your Honor. So that's $1,150 plus $1,180 plus $180.
And then you have the court costs.
Yeah.
So on the 21st, you can pay how much?
I can pay 1 month's rent.
Okay. So you can pay about $1,150 or $1,200?
I can pay $1,180.
Okay, you're still going to be short the court costs.
Yeah, and you said that's 180.
188.
188. I can pay that by the end of the month.
By the 28th?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about if I just give them to the 28th to pay the whole?
Pay the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm going to issue a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue. That 1368 is the amount that's due and owing that paid the 28th. Okay, sir? You're all set? Thank you.
And that's all from me today, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You do the same. Court calls the case of Marshall Real Estate Group versus Gary Ziegler. Okay. I'll call you right up. Let me do this real quick and then I'll get you guys out. Okay. You good? Okay. All right. Who's here on the
Ryan
on
Sweeney
this case?
on behalf of Marshall Real Estate Group. And I don't know if Gary is present or not. We did reach an agreement. We put it into a stipulated order for conditional dismissal.
Which I do have. Okay, I see. Gary Ziegler? Not here, but he
had indicated
has,
that he was working on moving and getting everything ready, and if he didn't have to appear, that would be great. I said, well, I'll be there and I'll, provide the court a copy of the order with your signature. And
got it. Very good. I'll sign off. I'll mark this file conditionally dismissed.
Thank you for your help, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, have a good day.
You do the same, sir. Recall the case of Applied Financial versus Denise Boggs.
My approach?
Yes.
Okay. I like her sweatshirt.
So what this indicates is you're consenting to a judgment, ma'am, that indicates that if you wanted to stay there, you'd have to pay $14,240. You understand that? Yes. But you're agreeing to move by March 14th, 2025. Partial payments will not. A writ of restitution still can issue with the partial payment. And there's a money judgment for what effectively is half of the amount of the judgment for possession, all right? And you're agreeing on this to pay the plaintiff $500 prior to February 28, 2025, all right? Do you have any other questions or anything regarding this judgment?
No.
Okay, anything you don't understand? Any questions whatsoever? All right. Since this is being done so I do have to advise you, ma'am, that since you are underrepresented, and this is a consent judgment, that you would have 3 business days to think about that, okay? If you believe that there's some misunderstanding, some legal right you didn't assert, or some other confusion on your part, you'd have to file a motion or some writing with the court for a hearing, or at least the court's consideration to set this aside.
Okay.
You got that?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I will,
Right.
but you had that time period to do that.
Okay.
You got that?
Yep. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any other questions? I know you just want to bolt out of here with all your being. You want.
No, I gotta go to work.
Oh, you got to go to. Okay, let me sign this and get you out. All right, bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you, folks.
Thank you. Get a copy of the.
Yes, you can get a copy of it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You do the same. Town Center Place versus Marshall Parsons.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jackie Snyder Powdar from Mark Wasbury.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Emily Brewer with Legal Services requesting permission to appear on Administrative Order 8.1 of attorney.
Who?
What's it shall be?
Oh, not Bauer?
No.
Okay, because if it was Bauer,
To give you a little.
if it were Bauer, I would have said no. But Ms. Lee, absolutely, you may have permission to practice. All right. Okay, what are we doing on this case?
So for this one, there was a defect in the notice. We did speak to the council and they agreed to adjourn for another month to give Mr. Parson time to get rental assistance rather than having it dismissed.
Dismissed, okay, in lieu of that, okay.
And
Well-
Your Honor, we're asking that escrow be put in place.
Pardon?
Escrow be put in place.
You want an escrow order?
Yes, please.
How much is his monthly rent?
Your Honor, I'm not sure, but considering that this case would have been able to be dismissed, it was a 30-day.
But then they would have had to have paid. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of another, isn't it?
I'm not sure what his rent is. I mean, it was a 30-day notice that they then filed the summons and.
His monthly rent is $235.
$235, yes.
Well, what do you want me to do? I mean, because it just seems to me that if he doesn't pay it, what's going to happen? There's going to be
Right, it's just going to be added.
it'd just be a trial and it would be added on anyway. So, I mean, his balance currently is at what?
$1,011.61.
$1,011.61. Okay, well, I'll enter the escrow order. It's not going to matter because if he doesn't pay it, he's well under the hog threshold, right? I mean, I'm just looking at it practically.
Mm-hmm.
My indication here, though, is he has an appointment, doesn't he?
Yes, on
The 28th? Okay, that's because that's what my notes reflect.
Yeah.
Okay,
We did want to request a ledger as well.
a ledger?
Yeah, if they could send us a ledger.
Yeah,
Can
we'll
you get
send
a
you
ledger?
one. Yeah.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll adjourn this to March 14th. That's, and what the parties anticipate, March 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor.
Court does call the case of Town Center Place versus Wayne Sparks. That matter is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
Amy was trying to say something.
Oh, Andy.
Oh, Amy was trying to get my attention?
Mm-hmm.
So sorry to interrupt.
Amy, yes. Yes,
Back to
ma'am.
Mr. Parsons, he's somebody that's been prioritized, and I just have a note that encouraging him to check his voicemails. I believe they're trying to resolve this sooner than what's
The
been.
28th.
Mhm.
Did you hear that, counsel?
Yes, all that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Amy.
Yep.
It's always a problem,
Citizen
Amy.
Place
versus Nevaeh Wright.
Good afternoon, Eli Hides for the plaintiff, P84976.
Nevaeh Wright. Not here. Counsel, do you wish to take a default?
Yes, Judge.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Go ahead, state your claims.
Rent to retain is $511 with court costs of $162. Total is $673.
673. All right. Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days upon my signing of the judgment.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Arbor Manor versus Claiborne. Mr. Claiborne, that matter is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
I am here though, Judge. I just want to make sure.
Oh.
Good afternoon.
You just wanted to scare. You wanted to scare me.
Yep, I want to scare you.
I think it was a dismissal, and all of a sudden you start yelling at me.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to let
It's
you know I was
okay.
here.
You're okay with the dismissal, though, right?
Yes, sir. I definitely am.
All right.
All
You
is
have
well.
a wonderful weekend.
You too. And thank you.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Carl Staffeld versus Chloe Peak.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. We are here representing Chloe Peak. I am Ellie Sawyer, and I am a student attorney with the Michigan Clinical Law Program, along with my partner, Audrey Lee, who you've talked to in the past. And I'm requesting permission to practice and represent Ms. Chloe Peak pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under supervision of Attorney David Santacroce.
Oh, boy.
Okay. You know, and I wouldn't have known they were from the Michigan program, except for that big M to the side of everyone.
And that shitty
Permission
green
to
screen.
practice is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And where are we on this case?
Yeah, so if it's helpful, I can give a quick recap. This case actually started as a non-payment case. We filed our answer and counterclaims, and later Mr. Stafffield ended up dismissing the case. Last time we saw you in court 2 weeks ago, you allowed us to amend the counterclaim to include Azara Stafffield, who we believe is Mr. Staffield's wife and owner of the property. Since then, we have attempted to serve Ms. Stafffield. That attempted service was on Tuesday night. It was noted that the lights in the house were on and cars in the driveway, but no one answered the door. I also want to note, since the first time we were in court, Mr. Stafffield had mentioned that he had a valid COC, but since then we were able to get some documents received through FOIA, and we learned that the property has not had a valid COC in a decade, and also Mr. Stafffield owes over $5,000 in fines related to those inspections. So ultimately, if it would be okay with you, Judge, we are requesting discovery, permission for discovery, and we have that discovery ready to serve.
Certificate of conformity, I think.
Serve the other party yet, correct?
Right. We are still attempting to serve Mrs. Stafffield.
Are you going to go through alternate service in terms of that? I mean, I don't have a problem. Well, I may have a problem with some discovery, but I'm not going to have necessarily a problem. But I want to make sure every party is in the case and that service of what is the new complaint, what's been added, has been done.
That makes sense, Your Honor.
I know because I said it, but go ahead.
The person we have trying to serve Mrs. Stafffield is going to attempt service again this weekend and is planning to follow up with us. But that last attempt was on Tuesday evening.
All right, let's do this then. Let me adjourn this out to the 28th. Let you do that or file a motion for alternate service, and then we can proceed from there.
Your Honor, I am, one thing I want to be clear about, possession is not an issue. So
correct.
Little time. I am away the week of the 28th, so I can't.
So this will go much easier.
Yeah, I can go.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
I didn't say a word until now.
I know. It was really pleasant. And he just chimed in. You're away the 28th?
I'm away that week, so I could come the following week.
Okay, the 7th?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what I will do then is I will adjourn it to March 7th, 2025 at 12 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All righty, thank you. All right. These are the sycamore sugar. All right. Did you want me to call these individually? How did you want me to do the Sycamore Meadows folks?
I think individually, Judge.
Individually?
I don't know. Yes, there are some that are not. There are some represented by
Got it.
services, some that are not.
Sycamore Meadows versus Demita Brown.
Good afternoon, Judge. Attorney Carrie Zannon, P67390 on behalf of plaintiff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Emily Bro with Legal Services on behalf of defendant.
Demita Brown.
All right. Where are we on this case, folks?
So, Your Honor, we just got this case and we're investigating it. It sounds like there were some issues with a previous case that was supposed to be dismissed, but there hasn't been an order of dismissal entered because previous counsel meant to do that.
I don't know anything about that, but not me, right?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
It was a big ordeal with us because you told me to come in and then they sent me home. But something told me to get on the Zoom and I chimed in and you were like, why are you not here? And the counsel and the property manager at the time told me that we would settle it outside, and so it was dismissed. Yep, I knew. That was a thing.
So we just need some time to investigate, is what we're requesting.
So who is it? Judge, do you remember?
Does she even know what she investigating?
That's my question, but just.
What are you going to investigate?
Well, we would like to understand what happened with the recertification issues in the previous.
Okay, all right. Well, with the previous case, as I'm recalling, I don't know that a lot went on. I think.
There is a substantial balance, Judge, on this one.
Right, and I think my impression of what was happening with the Sycamore Meadows cases at that time, and this is just going on my recollection, was when it came time to try to figure out what happened, it couldn't be figured out. And so therefore what was happening was the cases were being dismissed, which was why they told her go away. And it wasn't quite all like that, so.
The only question I have, who was opposing counsel? Do you remember? I mean, I can go up to the civil department before I leave to find out, so you don't have to put it on the record. But
I'm not gonna call it.
I'll figure.
I don't think it was counsel's fault necessarily. I think actually that may not be because of counsel. I think it was the management.
I just need to know. I wanted to reach out. I would.
Okay.
For me, I'd want to do my own research. So I'll
Gotcha. Oh, everybody wants to do research. Can you guys do this in 2 weeks?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Great. February 28th, 2025 at
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Counsel approach briefly on this one.
What's going on?
Court does call the case Sycamore Meadows versus Trebria Story.
Again, Carrie Zannon on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor.
Emily Brill, Legal Services on behalf of defendant.
Okay.
My understanding is that they just filed an appearance, a limited appearance this afternoon, just so that the court knows, because I know that on the court stock, it doesn't show opposing counsel is filing an appearance, but I'm letting you know I got that in an email as well.
All right. And where are we on this particular case?
This is a case where we have a writ that was, I believe, signed.
Yes.
And it's my understanding there's funds that are coming. So 3,000 and they've been dispersed. Maybe Amy can pipe in if she's still there. There's 2517 that's coming from a separate agency.
Yeah, Wayne Metro something through the emergency housing fund.
Oh, Wayne Metro. Wayne Metro, and then there was a balance in this story. It did make that $6 balance. Do you remember that?
She just texted me a picture of the money order like 10 minutes ago, so I think it just happened.
Oh, it just happened now. She must have just dropped it off.
So
And then 500,
in essence, that's going to pay out the judgment.
yeah, with 500 from Jewish Family Services. That's also in the mail.
That's in the mail too.
Okay. So what do you guys want me to do?
Well, Judge, I don't have the authority to agree to anything, so.
Your Honor, would you be willing to dismiss this case based on the promissory letters?
Well, I can't dismiss a case because what we have is
A consent judgment was entered.
right. There was a consent judgment entered, but what you're indicating is that you can redeem, and you're asking the court to extend the redemption period
Yes, Your Honor.
on that. And
Can we ask Miss, can we ask really quick on the $3,000 for Miss Story? Has that been sent out?
Your Honor, with with Trebria Story's permission, I could speak.
well, she's not here, but counsel, you have permission for, through her counsel, she's giving permission. Go ahead.
So it was approved for 3,000, but I don't have a mail out date, which indicates that the other portions are needing to be received or at least vouched for.
We did submit promissory letters for the other portions.
To Hawk, to SOS.
Yeah, to Autumn Park.
Okay, so this is one of the things we were talking about at that meeting. Did they say that that would satisfy
Yes.
them?
I would.
Amy know?
I will reach out to the caseworker, but I'll ask counsel also to reach out to Autumn directly to see what the status of that payment is. Also, I know that it has approved though.
Okay.
I believe I saw the email too, so I can follow up with Autumn.
Okay, because this came up at the monthly landlord tenant housing meeting, whatever that is.
My dilemma, Judge, is that this was, the judgment is not new, right, Judge?
Correct.
That's my dilemma, and that's my client's concern.
Well, and I guess the other thing that I'm wondering is, if this amount pays the judgment, is it also paying what it has accumulated since the judgment?
No, Judge, because if you remember in the order, she was supposed to pay January and February herself, is what I looked at just before the case was filed.
And my understanding is that she has done that. The ledger balance as of February was $6,023, and so that is the $6 that Ms. Story paid today, plus $500 from Jewish Family Services, $2,517 from Emergency Housing Fund, and $3,000 from Hawk.
Right, but my only question is, are you paying off the judgment, which was entered in December, or are we paying off the judgment, which was December, January, and February?
January and February have already been paid for.
January and February have already been paid for.
So we have other files, so let me just make sure that was done. That'll make it easier.
And quite frankly, that makes it an easier or a clearer decision for me if everything's going to be paid and we're just waiting on this interim month.
If January and February was paid, then that's an easy.
Yeah, it's easy then. All right, Sycamore Meadows versus Sable Frazier.
Oh, I like
Good
Fraser.
afternoon again, Carrie Bannon, P67.
Sure.
Yes, this is her, Judge. My understanding, she's not represented by legal aid. I spoke with her myself.
Hello, what's your name?
Sable Frazier.
All right.
Judge, we had an opportunity to discuss this matter. We have agreed to a consent order for conditional dismissal. Rent to retain $637, court costs of $190 for a total of $827 to be paid by February 28th, 2025. I did explain her rights under MCR 4.201J. For appeal rights, she's given me permission to sign this consent order for conditional dismissal. It's a 4B. I explained that if it's not paid in full by the 28th, what plaintiff is able to do if requested to do that. I did send a copy of the conditional dismissal to
Yes.
as soon as
And I have it. Ma'am?
Yes.
Is all of that correct?
Yes.
All right, do you have any questions on this conditional order dismissal?
No.
All right, and you understand all of your rights regarding it?
Yes.
All right, then I will sign it, mark this file conditionally dismissed. You have a great weekend. Sycamore Meadows versus Shanika Brandon.
Okay, Carrie Bannon on behalf of plaintiff.
Your name?
Shanika Brandon.
It's not that Valentine Day here.
It is, Judge. Everybody's very festive.
Yeah, I like that.
Aw.
I did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Brandon. We've also agreed to a consent order for conditional dismissal. Rent retained $684, court costs of $190 for a total of $874 with a pay by date of February 28th, 2025. I did explain to Ms. Brandon her rights under MCR 4.201J. Appeal rights. Give me permission to sign the consent order for conditional dismissal, submit it to the court for entry. I believe you should have a copy as well. This Brandon was actually approved for 500 through 520 through DHS. She was one of the first defendants I talked to, so and then the balance Hawk is going to pay, but that's all being taken care of, and so she'll be good.
Okay. Ma'am, is all of that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, you don't have any questions regarding this conditional order dismissal?
No.
All right, very good. Then I will sign off on that. This case is conditionally dismissed. You have a great weekend.
Thank you, you too. You too.
Sycamore Meadows versus Derek Hall.
Let's go, Derek.
Christiane on behalf of plaintiff.
And Raven Walker. Your kids or hers?
Our kids.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You need to learn how to say that right.
You can get away with that when she's not.
No, yeah, no.
Mark is not amused.
Talk like, yeah, they my kids. All right. Okay. No.
Jeez.
Judge, if you recall, I think you've received an answer filed by opposing counsel on this matter.
Yes.
There's a counter complaint that was also in that. I actually have that drafted, and we'll be sending that over to the court today, my response to the counter complaint. My only question is, Judge, I believe their appearance and their answer only has Mr. Hall as their defendant. At this time, I would make the request for a default judgment as to Ms. Walker, but that's just because of the circumstances at this point.
Your Honor, I apologize. Mr. Hall was the only listed defendant in my courts, and that caused me to think that would be the
Listed where?
in my court's case search.
Judge, I believe that we addressed both because opposing counsel wasn't on it for the first 3 times, and they were both here. They were definitely both here all the other times.
Yeah, they were both here and his kids. No, I'm just kidding. Leave him alone.
When was she?
Let me ask you this, counsel. Would you, and I mean, Would you be entering an appearance also on behalf of Miss Walker in any event? Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's some prohibition against you. I'm going to allow them to amend to add her. I mean, she's on the case. I don't think they intended.
I was very open about what I know, and so I just want, it's just something that.
Yes, I understand what you're asking, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to default her out.
Aw.
Then she would be out with his kids. And then you are never going to live that down.
For the record, that Ms. Walker joined the household with Mr. Hall and his kids.
Yeah, I know. But they're theirs. He knows they're theirs.
I
All
like
right.
how adamant he is that those are his kids.
Huh?
I like how adamant he is.
No, I'm just getting after him because he's not doing it all by himself. He knows that. So we'll add her, right? And then
They just need to add her to their appearance.
to their appearance and everything so that it's all together. And then that way, whether she's here or not, or who's ever taking care of the kids at any given point, it's not going to matter because you'll both have an attorney on it. Okay. How long will that take you to do that?
I can
do that right away. All right. You filed an answer. So
I did file an answer to the counter complaint. I have it, it's sitting right there in my draft to send to the court. But again, we received the answer. I'm within timeframes. The answer was filed last Friday, so I'm well beyond.
okay. So what do we want to do with this next? Set it for?
I think, we need to set up probably
Settlement conference on it?
Judge.
All right. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be ready to do it on the 18th. My next settlement conference is the March 11th.
Yes.
9 a.m.
Yep.
So it's that final settlement conference on March 11th.
Would you be open to an escrow order? There is a balance at this time of $4,884. I don't know. I'm asking, but I also know that the last couple times that we were here before legal aid came on board I don't know if Mr. Hall was working. I know they were struggling to make the payment and that.
Well, they were trying to, because they were caught in a difficult boat in terms of things. How much is your monthly rent?
Currently zero.
It's zero.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Is it zero?
It is zero, but I think he just got a job, which might change it. But at this point, I guess we're zero, and so I will withdraw that request at this time. If I need to make it again, I can do that. Do you understand?
Yeah, I mean, all right. Well, we'll be back relatively shortly. So we're back in March. It's not going to change. If it changes at all, we'll do that. What I'll do is I'll do it this way. Escrow reserved.
I appreciate that, Judge.
And then that way, if I have to, on the 11th, go back to the beginning of March for escrow.
Thank you, Judge.
That way. All right. Okay. Anything else on this one?
No, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Hall, you take care.
All right, thank you.
Court calls case Sycamore Meadows versus Christine Mason.
Again, Carrie's in on behalf of.
Jill Bauer on behalf of Ms. Mason. And Ms. Mason is here.
Hello. She knew better. She's been here I don't know how many times. All right, what are we doing on this?
Your Honor, we believe that we're going to be able to reserve all of this with rental assistance.
This is the one that I think we had just a $800 balance the last time we were here, or 802 or something.
834, I've submitted everything for the emergency housing fund. I tried to get confirmation that it had been submitted for payment. I haven't gotten it yet, but we're very close.
All right, let me put this over to the 28th then, and let's see where we are.
Yeah, and if we get a commitment letter, maybe
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Adjourn the matter February 28th, 2025 at 3 p.m.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Court calls the case Sycamore Meadows versus Kimyata Hudson.
Okay, Carrie, then that's the plaintiff.
Hello, what's your name?
Yeah, Hudson.
All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, I'm showing that rent is due in amount of $1,397.29.
Not too bad.
For a total of $1,587.29. If you recall this case, Ms. Hudson had an appointment with Hawk, but then they couldn't get a hold of her because last night we talked to Amy about that.
I remember.
We did give Amy the new phone number. Ms. Hudson indicated to me that she didn't get a phone call, which I'm a little confused because I know that we were.
She did not?
I did not. I did talk to somebody after leaving out of court, and they did say somebody was going to call me, and they never called.
So you talked to somebody after you left court the last time. They said they would call you and they didn't call, nobody called.
They said they'll call me back in a couple of days.
But on the record, Judge, we actually made sure that Amy had the correct, yeah.
No, I remember because, yeah, I remember doing that. Okay. So what do we want to do? I mean, if they didn't call, I mean, the balance is at a point that it can be taken care of if we can.
Judge, I would like to take a judgment, maybe with the writ issue date of February 28th of 2029. If you recall, Ms. Hudson was gonna put $200 into escrow. She put $260. That would bring the balance down to about $1327.29. If she wanted to, she could still obviously reach out to Hawk or whoever, but at this point, I'm at.
What's her monthly rent? You know how much your monthly rent is, ma'am? 0? So you're not going, it's not going up anywhere. It's not, I don't.
Good Lord, woman.
I mean, I get what plaintiff's asking. I'm not gonna do that to her. She's waiting on a call from somebody, and if they fall through, I mean, if I thought it was her fault, she's not answering her phone,
I know, I was trying to answer my phone.
Huh?
I was on my phone waiting for the call.
No, I'm saying, if I thought that what it was, then I would go along with them, but her rent's not gonna go up, and I'm gonna give her a chance to do that.
They're willing to work with me. I can make small payments.
Okay, but bless your heart. I mean, okay, pay what you can in, okay? But I mean, pay what you can in, but I want you to talk to Hawk too, okay? In fact, do this, because I'd rather do it this way. Come up to the court, make payments in cash to the court of what you can pay. Yeah, up here, okay? And then whatever this balance is, let's see if we can get Hawk to pay it. Okay, and then maybe you'll be a little bit ahead when the end comes into this. I'm gonna adjourn this out.
Oh,
to
so this isn't
February
first time.
28, 2025 at 3 p.m.
She said-
Amy,
She's had
is
problems
there,
before.
you have that, I don't know if you still have the phone number for Ms. Hudson. Is there any way to make sure that somebody follows up with her?
Your Honor, that's what I'm working on right now.
Are you? I knew you'd be ahead of me on it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
This is just utilities, if you recall.
Pardon?
If you remember the last time, this is a utility bill.
Right.
That's what this is.
Right. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay. They should be trying to get, what was that? Email? Never mind. All right. Okay. You're all set. You have a great weekend. Sycamore Meadows versus Tamara Jackson.
So is Vicky just hanging out on stream?
Hello. All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, I'm showing that $250 is what's due in rent, court costs of $190 for a total of $440. I didn't realize that Ms. Jackson was here, so I didn't have an opportunity to speak with her.
All right. All right, ma'am, how are you gonna try to get?
Hello. Well, when I paid rent for this month, I was talking to somebody in the office about getting on a payment arrangement. And she said she didn't do that, and I was confused because I'm already going to court. So I want to get on a payment arrangement. You said
Hold on, let me just ask you this. When you went in to pay your February rent,
yes.
okay, so you paid your February rent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see, what day did you do that, you know?
It was on the 5th.
Okay. So is this sort of a back balance?
Yes.
Your hands are cold because it's cold in here. This is a back balance of something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I believe it was a recertification issue, and I got that taken care of.
Got it.
It was a lot more than that.
And then it got to this figure, you're paying your current rent, but this is the amount that's
Rental amount is $11, Judge.
Got it. Okay. And so you just need time to get this paid, to find a way to pay this off.
Yeah, I can have it all paid off by the 14th of next month.
Oh.
So my question to her is, she said I owe $250 in rent and the rest is court costs?
Court costs of $190.
So the $440, you can have paid by the 15th of next month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Over the objection of plaintiff, I'm just adjourning this out. And your rent is $11 a month, which you're gonna pay on the 5th of each month anyway, right? So you're gonna pay your.
Yes.
I'm not giving a judgment on this. She's trying to do whatever and telling me what she can do. I'm adjourning this out to March 21st.
I can do a conditional dismissal, Judge.
Yeah, I know you could.
Okay.
2025 at 2 p.m. If you have everything paid, I don't need to see you.
Yes.
Okay, you'll be all set. I believe that you're gonna do it and get it done. Okay.
So I owe the whole $440 to them. I don't owe you for the court costs and them for the rent?
No.
You wanna pay me something?
No.
No, okay, no.
I'm just making sure I get it all to the right
$440
place.
goes to them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then you'll be all set. You have a great weekend. Sycamore Meadows versus Shavana Richards.
There is Ann on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Shavana.
Okay. And where are we?
Judge, rent is due in amount of $3,108, court costs of $190, so the total is $3,313. It's my understanding that Ms. Richards she applied for DHS, but they denied her because she didn't have any paperwork, meaning the summons and complaint. We talked about reapplying with those summons and complaint so that they actually have that. I asked her if she applied for Hawk. I can't remember what, I think
yeah, they told me I was 30% over the limit, so I don't qualify, basically, because I make too much. That's what I'm assuming. So, yeah.
I guess Wayne Metro might be, I don't know if they will help her. I didn't help the other person, but I don't know where that comes into play since it's washing off, but.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I
Yes.
can speak, Miss Richards is a previous client,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm happy to talk to her and see if we have other resources that we might be able to connect with.
All right, let's do. Would you want to?
Flower, I know we've talked on the phone, but I don't know if we've met.
Okay, now this is the first time we meet in person.
All right. So you want to do that?
Yes.
All right. So let's do this because I hate it when people fall into that because that's some mythical line, quite frankly. But I'm going to adjourn this out to the 28th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Okay.
Okay.
And what that does is talk to Ms. Bauer, talk about other resources, get right on those so that if they're available to you, we can see where we can go on it.
Okay, and is there a way, like, I can get a paper saying I was here for my job, know that I was here and just not missing work?
They think you were just playing hooky?
Yeah. Cause I'm a manager, so my hours are during the day, so.
I got you. Miss Wet, we're on it. You have a seat. We'll get something to you in a moment, okay?
Ain't that sweet?
Court calls case Sycamore Meadows versus Sequoia Pits.
Sorry, what?
Hello. All right, what's the claim in this case?
Tarot also gonna sit around all day?
$2,357 in rent, court cost of $190 for a total of $2,547. However, there is a $1,000 payment that is not reflected in this balance as of right now, but that was made, remember who made it? B&B, that's right, B&B, an agency. It has $1,000, so that would bring her balance to $1,547, Judge.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, how are you intending on getting this paid, you think?
I'm waiting on SOS to help me as well. I don't have no income right now.
Okay, did you have an appointment with them or?
Yeah, she's processing my application.
Say again?
She's processing my application. She's trying to see if I can be approved or not. I don't know. That's all I know.
Okay.
I think I did see an email from.
You mind if Amy tells me, share some information regarding that, ma'am?
Oh, it is.
Amy?
Your Honor, looks like the caseworker is waiting for the client's information to be sent back in, if she could continue processing.
Sorry, it's been a long morning. I've been on the road since 5. I did get an email from SOS. I did send over the updated ledger, but I didn't have a copy of the lease in my laptop, but I will get that to her later today. So that's.
Okay.
So Carrie,
but you're not waiting.
The client also needs to turn stuff in as well.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Your Honor.
That's right. So we've got the landlord stuff. Ms. Pitts, have you turned in all of your information? They're waiting, so your worker, you need to get in touch with them because they're waiting on additional information from you before they can move ahead with it.
What?
It would have been emailed to you, ma'am?
Yeah, you would have gotten an email.
I don't have no email, so I don't know what she's talking about.
You don't have email?
She says she doesn't have an email.
Is there a phone number that was shared by the caseworker that you can reach out directly back to her?
Yeah, I can call her.
Okay, please do.
Oh, you can call her? Okay, you need to call her then. All right, I'm gonna adjourn this out 1 week because I want you to get the call. I want to see if we can get on top of this, okay?
All right.
So I'll adjourn this out to February 21st, 2025 at 2 p.m. Okay, ma'am? Thank you. You need to get back to SOS. Sycamore Meadows versus, is it Deschanel Phelps?
Here is on behalf of plaintiff.
Phelps? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Nobody answered, I thought.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Hello, what's your name?
Chanel Phelps.
All right. And where are we on this case?
Judge, rent is due in the amount of $3,193. Court costs of $190 for a total of $3,383.
All right. How are you intending on getting this paid?
Hi, so yeah, I can pay like every week. So I was, prior to the new management that happened last year in February, I was on a payment plan, and then the new management came in, and I guess they said they don't do payment plans, and then they couldn't find my file. That's what they told me. And then my refrigerator stopped working. So they just gave me a refrigerator 2 days ago. I didn't have a refrigerator for 8 months. I got a 7-year-old son. I was buying food every day. So I did not pay anything. My rent was like $157 a month anyways. But like my ceiling fill in, like I have all the proof of everything. But I can pay something every week now that they gave me a refrigerator. They said 2 days ago they was gonna come fix my ceiling. They was supposed to fix 6 months ago, and that is leaking. But I still ain't seen them yet. So, but I am working with legal aid. So
okay.
But I can pay something. Yeah, I ain't trying to go, but
No,
I was.
I got you.
I would, and I actually
you packed a whole lot in that short period of time.
Dang, I did good because it was more, but it's okay.
Okay.
Working with legal.
So, are you you don't know whether you're going to be representing or you will not be or what?
I just wanted to let you know that we're trying to help Ms. Phelps connect with rental assistance resources and such.
Yeah, DHS.
Keeping an eye on the case. I don't know if we're going to need to interference.
Okay.
But just in case you had
I have an appointment with Hawk on, I have an appointment with Hawk March 18th at 11 a.m.
Cool.
Hawk
You
appointment.
know, I know who that is. I'm just, the date is.
It's March 18th. Hold on, let me check that.
No,
You're right. You're right.
I heard
Okay.
you. I heard you. It's just, I don't like that date.
So they said that, but they said that it's most likely they will call me before.
His
that
ex-wife
time.
dumped him on
so
that
they
day.
said my balance was 200 above what they could help me with, and I said I should
It's
pay
gonna be
that.
383 right now, but go ahead.
Hold on, 383.
Yeah, once your balance plus the court costs, you're at $3,383. So you need $383 to bring it to the
Yeah, but-
3,000 if they pay the max.
Yes, so they told me that before March 18th, if I could come up with $200, which is not a problem, I can. That it's a possibility that it could help me, but it's not no guarantee.
Okay.
But I can still pay that.
What's your monthly rent?
157.
Okay, so you'd have to pay your monthly rent plus whatever that excess amount is.
Yeah, I can do that starting in March because I got a refrigerator 2 days ago.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's $383 as of this point that you would need to pay plus your March rent.
Mm-hmm.
If that appointment is kept at that time.
So I got to pay the court cost like
moving-
right now.
Pardon?
So I will still have to pay that court cost like right now?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
They're gonna want your balance, whatever it looks like, at 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what they're gonna want. And so, right now your balance is at 383. So that 383 has to be paid.
I
So-
can have that paid before the end of next month,
Before the end of,
like from today, like 3 weeks from now.
So the end of February.
I'm not good at math. I'm sorry. Let me not speak.
Your Honor.
no, it's okay.
Because I can have that paid before the end of March. I can have that paid.
Before the end of March or
Yes.
before the end of February?
No, before the end of March, like in the middle of March, like within 3 weeks from now, today.
Okay, all right, that's what's gonna cause us a problem. I have a feeling, and I may be wrong, because I don't know what they're doing, but they're trying to work to move your appointments up. So they're calling people to move up.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna do in this case, between now and the end of this month, how much can you come up with?
I can probably come up with like 250.
250?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to pay 250. I want you to pay that by February 27th,
Okay.
okay? I'm going to adjourn your case out to February 28th, 2025 at 3 p.m., okay?
Okay.
So get that paid, and then we're going to work on how we're going to try to do the rest of this, okay?
And I'm just paying that to my apartment complex?
Yep, you pay it to them.
Cool.
Because I need that ledger to look a certain way once you meet with Hawk.
No problem.
Okay, guys, I'm going to end now. It has been a lot of fun today. I'm going to redirect y'all over to my co-host, Hella. She is doing the Melody Ferris trial. So we got another day of that. Hey, Lexi, we're just ending now, but I'll send y'all over to Hella. Melody's on. So yeah, guys, thanks for being here. I'll be back on Monday at 10 p.m. just for my Judge Fleischer stream live, and then I'll probably be watching Judge Simpson again on Monday. And then Tuesday we have the Traversia, the TikTok star, owes $15,000. She is very eccentric, and they're going to trial on Tuesday. So cannot wait. All right, guys, I will see y'all over at Hella's. Toodles. And